The Chicago Sky unfortunately have a 9-point loss against the Atlanta Dream. A loss that could have been avoided had they played better early on. We're going to talk about the slow starts. Me and Steve are going to break it all down right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host there, Haize, with Steve O. Steve O, man, this guy got like the slow starts. They gotta stop getting out to the slow starts. I don't know. They got the lead down in the third quarter and in the beginning of the fourth quarter. It looked like the Sky were going to be able to have another one of those dramatic comebacks. Unfortunately, every single time the Chicago Sky thought that they started finding answers, the Atlanta Dream changed the goddamn questions. And Ryan Howard, that like she just has that poise to just understand. All right, bet. Y'all little comeback. We about to end all that real quick. And
Yep.
yeah. How you feeling, Steve?
I mean, they did everything I told them not to do to start this game off. I said, you cannot, this is not a team you can start off slow with. This is definitely not a team you can start off slow with. You have to be sharp against this team. And for the most part, it took us probably to the midway through the third, probably towards the end of the third quarter to even get within 5. The whole game, we was just fighting between getting blown out and we getting within 10. It was the whole game, man. It was just the offense wasn't working, and a lot of like I keep saying, they keep catering to trying to get these open shots, and I'm like, we're not a shooting team. It's like we're trying to force ourselves to be something we're not, and it's just when you're going up against a team that's already better than us, and you start off slow, you're making mental mistakes, you're making mental lapse in some of the rotations and with stuff. Like this is the type of game you have. A very frustrating game, like you predicted, can be very frustrating. And they did that. Atlanta did what they had to do, and they did what they did, and we didn't do anything until the end to make it difficult. And because we didn't fight and start off sharp at the beginning, therefore you lose games like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and we have no offensive flow at all. None. Like even when we go on runs, it's runs because of like turnovers in our defense and just fighting hard to get to the free throw line, stuff like that. But we have
Yep.
no type of offensive flow right now. We just don't. And it's hard to get wins when you have no real offensive flow. And that's something that the Sky definitely going to have to try to figure out. I see a lot of people now are all on your side with Lindsey Allen being the starting point guard. I mean, at some point, I get not wanting to change. You want to give time for people to work themselves out of ruts or whatever else it is. This was the 10th game on the season. Technically, we're 25% of the way through the season. So it's only a 40-game season. So with that said, we're 1/4 through the season. And the Sky's offense continues to be its biggest Achilles heel. Marina Mabrey's probably on a stretch of about 3 or 4 games now of just overall not solid scoring. Dana Evans scored the ball much better in this one, but 6 turnovers, 5 assists. That assist to turnover ratio isn't solid there. She did lead the team in assists for whatever that's worth. Angel Reese had another great game, 13 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 steals, 50% shooting. Camila Cardoso, listen, hey, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. She hit that fadeaway. I didn't even know Camilla had that in her bag, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. I didn't know Camilla had a fadeaway in her bag.
I told people this. I said, due to her form, she has the potential to even be a better shooter than Angel,
Yeah.
just because she has a better form. And then she hit that jump shot in the corner, and I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
And to even with her, like she was on another minute restriction as well tonight.
Still play
But
21 minutes, though.
still played 21 minutes, which is more of an upgrade than the last games, which is like 15 and 15. But it was just a lot of the things with this offense that I need Teaspoon to like go back with her coaching staff and try to revamp. Like a lot of our offense is either off ball actions, trying to get sending 2 to 3 screens to get Marina open because she's so non-athletic. It takes about 2 to 3 screens for her to get open versus what we really good at is when we should be just pick and rolling the hell out of everybody because the dumping down to both of our rookie bigs is just in their game right now. It's not the best thing to do. especially with Camilla. Camilla right now is strictly she's bigger than everybody, but because she's has such good hands, it would be way better for her to catch the ball and roll to the basket and just finish
Mhm.
instead of her trying to dump it down against Tina Charles and just trying to do post moves, which we know she don't have right now. Same with Angel. Can Angel get it sometimes? Yes, but the pick and roll will free her up to do more options. We seen her take that shot more than I believe 3 times today, and she's able to pivot and make different decisions off of that. That way, you need to change your whole thought process on the offensive side of the ball because I think you're trying to do too much to cater to our shooters that just not getting it done right now when you need to cater to the people that can get to the lane.
Yeah, a revamp of the offense trying to become, especially as Camilla gets more healthy, to be more inside out than so perimeter based. When on top of even we just don't have the great 3-point shooters. Even if we were our scorers were going, we don't have shooters. We have scorers.
Mhm.
Kennedy, a scorer. Diamond, a scorer. Marina, a scorer. They can shoot at times, especially if they get in rhythm, but these aren't shooters. And so because of those things, and on top of that, them just not playing well overall, we're running into a
Yeah.
lot of problems right now that we're just not equipped to get ourselves out of, and we're gonna have to figure it out because it's just not going to cut it if we don't start playing better. It's just not going to. It's going to be
Yeah.
ugly, and it's going to continue to be ugly as hell on top of all of that. So we
And
got
I
to
think
figure
it
those
was
things
real.
out.
I think it was real ugly because I don't know what was wrong with Kenny today, but mentally she was just out of it. Like you see, like she was frustrated off the rip. She only took at the third quarter. I don't even know, but she probably still finished with only 5 shots today, and she only played 15 minutes. And I had a figured feeling she wasn't gonna get back in the game because I seen an attitude when she took her out. Her attitude wasn't right. She just looked like she was mentally checked out. She was not as aggressive as we know her to be, and that was another reason why I feel like we struggled. There was nobody to be a threat to get to that paint until we just started dumping it down low, and then we was actually running some pick and rolls, and they was working, but we weren't consistent with it. And Marina caught on a little bit late. Dana kind of was in and out when it comes to the scoring aspect, but the turnovers is what really killed us. She cannot get 6 turnovers, and it's just and to me, I really feel like Dana's taking a lot of flack for that is because yeah, she got to make a better decision, but at the same time, if my job is to dump the ball down low, how can I do that when the defense already know that?
Yeah.
And I kept saying that the whole game. I'm like, do they not think Atlanta knows that we trying to dump it down to Angel Camilla? So there's a person ready every single time, and that's why she kept on getting deflections. Plus, she's 5'6". So like, what you're asking her to do is not smart. If you're gonna do that, you need another guard there. And I've been telling you to do that. Who you can go to, who's slightly bigger and a better passer. But if you're gonna run this type of offense, Dana's not the one to do it. She just
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, if we were running a more inside out, do think Dana could be more effective because then she can move off the ball and we can set screens, things like that. So
Yeah,
it's
because
it's it's either going to have to be a change of the system or a change of the personnel. And
yeah,
right now, Coach Spoon hasn't shown an ability or desire, I should say, to do either right now.
that way, yeah, it will work because we all know she's looking for that outside shot. If she's looking for that outside shot and we're playing inside out, they're going to collapse on that inside, which is going to leave her open. And even if she leaves that other, that's going to make sure that then we can play the rotation game. That's when you swing the ball or she can take a dribble pull up. Things like that we can play off of. Like you said, that's the most important thing. Either you got to move around of what position you want these players to play, or you got to change the system. And I'm leaning more to the system more than the players, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, she is a rookie head coach, and I don't mean that as like a blanket excuse. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but right now the adjustments, it's just not there. And so we know that they have the right mentality. They're a competitive team. The defense is solid, but the problem is that we're not a good while we offensive rebound good, we don't get very many second chance points because we are uncontrolled. We're not good in the half court. Our offense is always better when we're in transition. We're not a great defensive rebounding team, even though our defense is really solid. It's just a lot of all things that have now added into this situation where it's like you need to sit down and really evaluate the talent that you have and the schemes that you're running and make some changes. The defensive rebounding, I think that's going to fix itself once Camilla's fully healthy. You got Angel, who's a
actually
vicious
won the
rebounder.
defensive rebounding today.
Yeah, we did today. Yeah, but it's we have to be better at some of these small things, and I don't mean to make it seem like our problems are overall small, but it's a lot of technically small things right now that are all adding up to this big picture that's just bad. And so we got to figure it out. And I'm gonna give my trust that we'll figure it out at some point. There's still even in some of the bad situations, there's still some things that stand out as really good at times for the Chicago Sky team. We just the good things just got to be way more consistent. And part of it got to first be we have to be better offensively. We just have to. We started off this season because our defense was doing so good. We started off being this transition offensive team, and it looked really good. But the problem is, when teams adjust to that and you're not getting opportunities naturally to get out in transition, your offense is going to stagnate. And we see the Sky team sometimes try to push the pace when we don't have the advantage trying to run in transition. Slow it down and run a set. And we're not doing that right now, and it's killing us.
Because they don't have a set to do. That's the problem. And I was getting mad because I was like, our best bet is on transition. So if you stop, I almost look at it like we're screwed. Because especially in that first half, I'm like, stop stopping on half court because our half court game ain't going right now. Now, when we had Izzy in the game, that's a little bit when we can run better in the half court, and then Angel and Camilla started feeding off each other. Then the half court came together. But at the end of the day, like the scheme itself is just not conducive to the talent that we have on this team right now, especially with E Will going out. E Will would have, once again, a lot of those stagnant parts we could throw down her and she gonna make something shake. We didn't have that tonight. And with the point guard being the shaky at his best is because, like I said, I just don't feel like the scheme fits the guards that we have. It just don't to me, man. I know a lot of people saying she's a rookie. She's not a rookie yet. Yes, she's never been a head coach.
She's never been a head coach. She's a rookie head coach. Like
so, that's a rookie head coach.
When people just want to have something to say rather than to say something, like, come on now, she was the head coach of the Phantoms in the American League basketball, but come on now, is that the level of competition? That was almost 20 years ago. 20. So come on, what are we talking about here, man?
Louisiana Tech is Louisiana Tech. We talking about a W.
Yeah. So we just got to tighten up. And somebody said call Quigley. Hey, listen, I thought Quigley said she was only taking 1 year off, and she just quietly retired. She said she don't need the pomp and circumstance. Yeah, go ahead.
She need to fucking unretire. Help. We can't shoot. Help. We don't need you. We got all the young bulls around. We don't need you to do nothing but stand in that corner, stand in that elbow and shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to do something. Like at this point now, y'all might need to be looking at this trade there. Like y'all need to make something shake. Something. Because I won't even say make a move. I just need to know that you looked.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's no quick fix. They're gonna have to sit down and really go over some things.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have to just come to some realizations. And Angel's getting better. Like she's getting much better. Camilla, this was clearly Camilla's best game. Like you could tell she felt extremely comfortable. I wouldn't be surprised because we don't play again. I don't think till Wednesday. I wouldn't be surprised if with the gap in play in the next game there that they actually probably remove her minutes restriction. She was moving out there a lot more fluid than what we've seen her move before. You could tell she was more comfortable than what we've seen for a lot of points in this season. So all those things are really solid. And with us having, 4 days off, basically, I wouldn't be surprised if that minutes restriction is probably removed for Camilla. They're probably going to put us through some testing at some point, but I wouldn't be surprised at that. And as Camilla gets more acclimated, it's really going to help as well.
Yeah. She played well tonight. Like I said, I
Yeah.
think the main majority of Miller right now that I'm noticing with her is I just feel like our coach could put her in better situations. Like
Mhm.
I the dump down. I'm gonna keep hounding on it. The dump downs is not the answer, especially when we're having a turnover issue with our guards. It's just not. That's not the way to go. So if we could get her on the move and pick, like, I really think a pick and roll would do so much wonders for this team. So like, and if you pay attention to Atlanta, they was beating us with simple basketball, pick and
Yeah.
rolls, actions, giving goals. Half of the time they would just pick dive. Half of the time, and we was biting on it every time. So it, implement just simple basketball shit, and we'll be all right.
And the motion is a thing for a reason. Like when you operate off pick and rolls, we can't keep beating this team that unless they're pushing the pace, they get in half court and they look like, hey, what are we going to do? Like when you move around, you create lanes, you create opportunity. I feel
Yep,
like I'm talking about the Chicago Bulls now, bro. Like this is not what we came
that's
here
what
to
I
talk
felt
about,
like.
bro. Like this
That's
felt
what
like a
I felt
very
like.
Chicago Bulls game. We're not moving without the ball. We're not moving off ball. Like we're not. Our offense is literally just let me dribble it. If I'm going to try to run, let me penetrate. Oh, I'm stuck. Like we have to get an actual offense in place. I don't know what we got to do it. Hopefully in practice over these next few days, they're probably going to take tomorrow off. We got have to really review some tape. I don't know what the process is because the season with the WNBA is so much more condensed, but we need some tape sessions. We got to sit down and we got to go off on some people. Whether
Yep,
it's Ty, whether it's Coach Spoon, somebody need to go and be like, "Hey, why aren't you moving right here? I need you to
exactly.
explain to me why you moving right here. We need to move. That's it, bro. We need to move. That's it needs to be the first thing.
Yeah, and even to Coach credit, like, I feel like she's getting tired of saying it at this point because we've seen her for games screaming, "Move, move," and they're not
Yeah.
moving. And that's in result. That's a lot of the reasons why we're averaging so many turnovers is because we're not moving and we're forcing a not great passer to make a very difficult pass, and she's turning the ball over every time,
Yeah.
and that's been happening since the season started. So yeah, I think, yeah, over this break it need to be a real deep dive fields screening and film session so they can out there call some people out. It's time to get personal up in here, hold some people accountable because y'all y'all cannot have the same attitude that we gonna take it off slow and we just gonna fight our way back with every game, especially with the schedule. It's not gonna get better. It's only
Yeah.
gonna get tougher.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we got the Sun up next. That's going to be an interesting matchup.
And the
Then we got
motherfucker just lost today, finally.
yeah, finally. We got the Sun up next. Then we got the Mystics again. Then the Fever, which that game's going to be on CBS. Then the Wings. Then the Fever again on ESPN again. Yeah, from
Oh,
now to the end of December. Then we got the Aces. Then we got Minnesota. Yeah, it's about to be
oh
the rest
shit.
of this month is about to be real tough. So
So get your shit together.
yeah.
Tighten your sneakers.
First of all,
Make sure
listen,
that
I needed this laugh. Giving up too many back doors too. Hey, Unc, I don't know what you be doing, bro, but that's that Meek Mill shit, bro. Like you got to chill on giving up the back door, bro. You
well,
can't be
well,
giving up.
well, the Chicago Sky's Meek Mill than the motherfucker because I've been asking them to close the damn back door since last Thursday. Close the door. Y'all just let
Close the
motherfuckers through.
back door. Stop giving up so much back. That's crazy. That's wild.
Like,
They said on last game too. I don't know if you peeped it. They're like, yeah, they're running a lot of backdoor actions, bro. I literally was sitting there watching the game. Not you just said that. Oh, but hey, it is what it
just a e-way, just an express lane. Like there's like at one point I was just calling the team Moses because they were just pardoning that motherfucker.
Hey, listen, if y'all can't laugh at that joke, shout out to Unc. I'm glad Unc laughing at it, man. You got to be able to laugh in times like this, man. This sucks. A loss like this because it's just the slow starts. The Sky, we are not a team. We do not have the type of offense that's built to come back. We got the defense. We just don't have the type of offense that's built to come back from big deficits. We got to get that shit together, bro. We
Nope.
got to get it together.
Like I told you, like we've been leaning on the defense way too much. You got to clean up that offense.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to clean up that offense. If you don't do that, every team is not just gonna fold just because we playing hard defense. Some of these play like a team that they've done it before. They've been together for a while and they've added better players.
That's a
So
fact.
it's not gonna work against like that shit can work against the Fever. That shit can work against the Mystics. That shit ain't gonna work against Minnesota. That shit not gonna work against damn show ain't gonna work against Vegas.
That's a
So
fact.
I hope y'all know what y'all got y'all shit ready for, but y'all need to let these last few games, and we got a Dallas game in between those games as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about
So
to
it
be a
ain't getting
murder
no
drill.
easier. It's not
Yeah.
getting no easier.
I see y'all questions about the first of all, BG got asked, where can you get so this shirt is from Player Society. You go, it takes a while to ship, but they got some dope designs, general WNBA design. So I'm gonna order one of their WNBA shirts. But yeah, they got some dope designs for each team. It's probably the more unique WNBA merch I've ever seen. So once I saw it, I had to get it. I had to get this tee. So we also got a super chat here from the General Brandon L. Jet says losing sucks, but a joking post game always eases the pain, just like Chicago Bulls, Chicago Bears Central. They haven't seen that a lot here, BL Jet. They don't see a lot of that side of me here. I'm a lot more kind of on business here, but it's gonna start coming. It's definitely gonna start coming. Whoa,
It's gonna start coming, huh?
that's crazy. That's crazy. Any news on Brenner? No, there's been no news on Brenner right now. L
Zero
says,
dark 30.
yeah.
We were hearing nothing.
L says, so side question. Thought they were going to eventually bring the third pick, Brenna girl who twisted her ankle. She didn't make the roster, but it was said that's going to add her when she was ready. Well, it wasn't an ankle, it's a knee injury. So she is out right now, and I don't think there's been any updates right now. So we'll see what happens with that. There's another question that I wanted to answer that I missed. Oh yeah, another one about the shirt. So there you guys go. You guys know where you can find everything at, man. Tay says looks like we're gonna get that. No, we're not that bad. You gotta look at the standings. I'm not too worried right now about the Sky team falling to 12. We're 8th right now, so technically the playoffs started today. We still would be in the playoffs. We have a 1.5 game lead over the team that's below us, so which is the Dallas Wings, surprisingly enough. So listen, this Sky team, they got time to turn it around. And the things that they are suffering from right now, I don't want to make it seem like it's easier to fix than what it is, but it is fixable. They just got it. They got to change the system. They got to change the methodology when it comes down to it. They got to change it, man.
Have to. I don't know what's gonna take, but they gotta do it. They gotta do it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Any last thoughts there, brother, before we get up out of here?
Nope.
All right, man. We will be back tomorrow with a full episode. We actually got some general WNBA topics to talk about, as well as a great topic that came up in the pregame show that I'm going to do a deeper dive into as well. But guys, thank you so much. Make sure you guys are following the channel at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. And then lastly, if you guys want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. Ain't none of them other Sky podcasts comparing to us. Whoa, what we got here? Super chat from Brandon L. Just says, if your name is Reggie, change it immediately. Yeah, for some reason, we don't get along with Reggie's. I don't know what that is, but you know, it is what it is there. But we'll be back tomorrow, y'all.
We don't smoke no Reggie.
Love you guys. Go Sky, y'all, man. We'll see you guys next time we in Skytown.